Is this your heart? Broken, bandaged, patched up? You see, this heart is surrounded by darkness, a dark aura. Kind of looks like mold that kills. In the upper part of the heart, there's a patch over a hole. Has to be a patch. That's abandonment, abuse, neglect for adult women. On the lower part is a band-aid. Codependent ladies, borderline, psychologically, unbalanced, empty, hoarders, materialists, 1,000 pair of shoes. That's not how it should be. I'd like to tell you why getting a reading with me will help you make the world a better place. Getting a reading with me is about you, and it's karma to make the world a better place. I am a media advocate for psychosexual assault. The reason I call it psycho is because having done readings for decades, I think you have to be a psycho to sexually assault a woman. There are so many women out here who need comfort, love, cuddling, companionship, even though they are fully realized. And it does make a difference. You can do more with two people than you can with one. But the trick, the secret to get the companion is to be full. You don't want a man where the two of you are one person. You want him to be a full man and compliment you, and you want to be a full woman and compliment yourself. So, I am an advocate to help women who have lost their way and try to make being a woman an outside job. Well, if I have a man, I'm a woman instead of an inside job. Did you realize, ladies, that if you are fully happy in yourself, that men will gravitate to you? It won't be one at a time. I had two heartbreaking readings today. I'll tell you about them. The first reading was a woman who inspired me to do this because I'm going to be helping her if she'll let me. But she was so emotionally torn up because the man didn't answer her text. And she had texted him that she wanted to see him because she didn't get enough time with him. She got like 2 hours 3 times a week. Well, that's true. That's not enough time. You don't have to be codependent, for that not to work. But you do have to be codependent to put up with that. You know, that's not enough time for people to connect, really, who uh, are in love and want to have a future. So she was right about that. But she couldn't stand to be alone in her own house. Queen of Discs. That was the oracle's or the tarot card solution to her problem. Be a queen in your own house. Make your house opulent. Plush carpets, beautiful colored walls, fresh cut flowers in crystal vase. Food that smells good. Mostly vegetarian, if you can. Baths with crystal bath salt. Plush carpets, mirrors, lights, different moods, crystals, quartz, smells, feels, pictures. That's what we do, ladies. Men are gravitated toward that. And when you walk out on the street, it feels the same way. But instead, she had to be with him. She was sucking in his energy. She was nobody and nothing without him. So I talk about psychosexual assault because there's so many women who need relations and comfort, that why would a man have to take it from anybody? He's empty, he's devoid, he's sick, okay? Not somebody you want to beg to be with, and then he doesn't even want to see you, because there are men out here who really don't like women. And no one besides you, man or woman, can fill that hole in your heart. And I want to point out, you can die of a broken heart. Make no mistake about it. One should be very careful before one enters a relationship. Slowly and cautiously you should enter, because the strain on the heart, you know, if you saw somebody walking around like that, you'd say, you need to go home and lay down, take care of yourself. You're not doing well. Let me show you how your heart should be. Light, living in the light. Your heart should radiate light. Around the outside is wisdom, ancient wisdom. Notice it's red, the color of power and leadership. That's how hearts should be for women. And everybody wants to partake of that energy. What is emotion? Energy in motion. And that's where you find the right man. You can't find the right man. A man is not going to marry this. A man is not going to be committed to this. A man is not going to love this. No, no one would. Not even a child. The child would say, Mommy, fix yourself. So I am dedicated to helping women. And when you get a reading with me, that's what you're doing. You're helping other women. But first you're helping yourself, because when you put that karma out there, that bread on the water, it comes back to you. It comes back in many different ways. For those of you who are attempting to work with the I Ching, I want to tell you that if you get the 18th hexagram, that's child abuse. It was so sad. I got a child. She wanted to get a reading. Her dad brought her in. He seemed like a really nice guy, but she picked the 18th hexagram. So I don't know if it was the mother and he was codependent and she was a narcissist, but there was a problem at the house, and so I was able to heal her. So your contributions help me, help heal other people. 16th hexagram, top line, not coming back, pedophile, enthusiasm for uh, consumption, materialism, hoarding. 29, the abyss, heavily invalidated. Oh, she ain't no good. Your mother doesn't know what she's doing. My girlfriend doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know what she's thinking. She doesn't know what she's saying. If you are yourself, you won't let people. A person wouldn't even say anything about you like that. You wouldn't even be around a person who said anything like that. 3, third hexagram, difficulty at the beginning. End up abandoned, alone, and crying. 47, oppression, exhaustion. You can't be yourself. You're so tired of trying to be perfect for the man, and no matter what you do, you'll never be good enough. Oh, but isn't that the point? So those are a few of the hexagrams for those of you trying to learn the oracle. An oracle is higher than the cards because it goes into the subconscious. It's all about changing your insides to match your outsides. And if you change your insides and think highly of yourself, other people will too. You will not be working in fear. Speaking of fear, I want to show this heart again, the light. This is how it works. I tried for 10 years to work on living in the light, because my teacher was saying, don't be angry, don't be hateful, don't suffer, don't allow yourself to suffer, don't hurt yourself by not eating right, not getting enough exercise, not being able to sleep at night, and anxiety. And I'm saying, but that's life. Everybody does that. Everybody suffers. What are you talking about? That's impossible. And then I was reading around trying to study because nothing bothers her, and that is the spiritual goddess. That is the goddess persona. That is the queen persona. Always being centered, always being calm, always being lovely, graceful, kind. 22 for folks who do the oracle. Um, and I finally got it. And you know what got it for me? And it's that good energy and motion, like tracks alike. It really does. Was when I read somewhere that, like it says in the Bible, the devil is roaming the earth looking for someone to devour. He cannot stand joy, love, contentment, happiness, equanimity, peace. He cannot stand it at all. So it's just repellent, makes them sick, you know. I'm like, really? Great. I'm going to be in that type of mood all the time, you know. And if you are raging, angry, fearful, warlike, negative, envious, jealous, he loves it. He's happy. Turns him on. Those are his best meals. Thus the energy of all the evil spirits and the demons and the dark forces. So that's why so many people, many of my people, are just want to be that way, and they don't understand that when you feel that way, you change the channel in your mind. And I do it because I do not want the devil making me so upset that I put myself in a car accident, or I put myself into poor health, or I put myself into lines on my face, or I put myself, you're doing it to yourself. Everybody hates me, everybody's attacking me, they're trying to fire me. They're trying to make me lose my job. They're trying to hurt me, kill me, beat me. You know, somebody has to go. It's me. Nobody likes me. I'm being bullied. I'm going to commit suicide. They love that. They feed off of that. Do your own research. Don't believe me. But it is out there, and if we were in private, I can give you some sources if you're interested in it. But it can be done. And that's what I'm here for. I am here to change this heart into this heart. Whoops. And your donations, which it is, it's a donation to your spirit guides and guardian angels when you come into private with me, enables me to help as many more people as I can. And if you help me, you help people. And then you have a hand in making the world a better place. And then you get to make yourself better. It's a process. Let me tell you some psychological assault and how to get out of it before we close. I went on an interview in the midst of all this media with all these people getting fired. Because I work in the media as well. That's why I can be a media activist. And I had an interview as a producer at a recording studio. And music is a gateway into the dimension close to God. Music is a human characteristic. And the owner of the studio wanted me to be his friend. And I'm like, after he told me he was married. So that's psychological assault. First of all, he's telling me I'm not good enough. I'll never be number one. And he's got a wife. Well, I'm not about to assault myself by letting her kill me. She finds out that I'm his friend, because friends at our age want relations. They want benefits. So the whole thing was psychologically assaulting. I wasn't good enough for the job. My talent didn't matter. And if I didn't bed him, nothing was going to happen. I said, after all these years, I've been in the business 30, 40 years, and we're still having the same type of interview. When I was young, I wasn't doing that. But because I love myself, I was able to say calmly without getting upset, and this is why I'm sharing this story. I said, no woman wants to be a married man's friend. You have a nice day. I've got to go. And, I had, when I was younger, I did all the stories on television, all my old bosses, because when I started 40 years ago, there were only 3 networks, and all those stories help you feel better. When you get a reading and you're talking, please try to come in with a camera so that I can see you and we can really connect even better. Sure, we can do it in chat. Sure, I do a lot of chat. Okay? But try to do it in video because that's really the bonus, of this service. Of course, I will help you otherwise. But I just wanted to show you how not allowing yourself to be truly loved is psychological assault by the man. He doesn't care about you. You have to spend some time alone, not being lonely. The woman today was just absolutely refused to love herself. Well, we have ways to get out of the self-hate. Just because somebody told you that you weren't good enough doesn't mean that God feels that way about you. There are no 2 people on the earth that are the same. And let me prove it to you. You get a reading with me, there are 70 plus cards in the tarot deck. Reverse, double that. That's how many answers you can get to any problem you ask. In the oracle, it's hexagrams. There are 6 lines in each one of the 64 hexagrams. That's 6 times 64. And you can have any combination of 6. That's over 1,000 possibilities for anything you want in this life. That's how I help make the world a better place for women. To give them ideas that they could never think of. And I'm just guided. I'm just channeled in the light. So I always try to keep a positive attitude so that I cannot be attacked by evil, so it can suck my life out and take me down to the abyss and kick me to the curb when it's done. There's no reason for you to allow yourself to be psychologically assaulted. And let me tell you, even though the laws are about sexual assault, there's psychological assault years before you get sexually assaulted. And most times, women psychologically assault themselves before they allow a man to do the same. You have been given a gift by God, and usually it's a minor change. If you stay alone, and if you're lonely, you will not die. And after a period of loneliness, you will learn to love being alone. And when you love being alone, you will attract men who want to come and share the space. Men do not want to take care of adult children, and you will be able to have boundaries, and you will be able to be safe and protected. Not using a weapon, just being happy and centered and full of love and joy. The ultimate weapon, a heart full of light. It works in all situations at all times because you will be aware. That's another card in the tarot deck. Osho's tarot deck, awareness. If you are aware, you can avoid trouble and not get into anything you would have to get out of. So come and see me in private. You will make the world a better place. It's about you. That's what I'm here to do, to help you. And isn't that a double bonus? You help me help women become psychologically strong so we can all make the world a better place. More love, more family, more everything. See you in private.